Tight. What's going on? It's your dog, Art Man Boxing, and we're back with another boxing conversation. I know it's been a little minute since I've been on here, but shit, I'm back. After a little scruffy, need to get a little cut. It's all good. It's all love. Andy Ruiz, man, versus Ortiz. That was a little good, decent scrap. Definitely enjoyed the card. Um, it was a good card, man. Motherfuckers was scrapping. Motherfuckers was going in. They was throwing hands. You know what I'm saying? Ortiz, he dropped. No, Ortiz, he got dropped a couple times. Ruiz dropped him a couple times. It was all good. You know what I'm saying? He looked. How can I say? I would rate that performance from Ruiz. I'd give that about a 6.7 out of 10 because yes, he dropped him multiple times, but he kept on getting caught. He looked like he was on his bike, man. He wouldn't fight Mexican style. You know what I'm saying? He got a good inside game, but it's like he wasn't throwing any jabs, nothing, man. It's like they were both waiting to just counter each other. The most action was the 12th and the second round. Real shit. It was a good fight though. Um, my thing is, I picked Ortiz to win by knockout. That's only if he didn't look super old, which he ended up looking like he was old as shit in that fight, man. Let's be real. The man legs is gone. His punch resistance bad. Man. But first, before we get into that, we gotta talk about El Rayo. That El Rayo fight was just like it's crazy, man. I put the fight on right around the first. No. As soon as he came out, because he was wearing the. I remember he was wearing that little bulletproof vest, and I said, "Oh my god, that shit's fucking ridiculous. He needs to take that stupid ass shit off." But anyways, besides that, I put the fight on, and I'm like, "Yo, okay, Rayo, he's about to do his thing, man, because he's on the mission. He's a man on the mission. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to be up there with the likes of Javante Davis and Devin Haney or whatever." So the fight starts, first round. Immediately, I noticed that this guy is just too relaxed. Like he's too like you know what I'm saying. I know you feel comfortable in the first round. You want to feel the guy out. You want to measure him out, make sure he's not a real threat or whatever. Figure out what you going, how you gonna step in on him. Anyways, I just noticed that Rayo was just too comfortable. But the other guy, De Los Santos, man, he was fighting like he had places to be after that goddamn fight because he jumped on him early. He jumped on Ryu early. And that's one of the first tweets I tweeted when I seen the fight. I said, man, this guy's getting cooked already. Like, yo, throwing them jabs, throwing them straights, countering him. Man, he was doing his thing. Says salute Art. Yeah, shout out to you, Jason. Man, that was a good little scrap, man. Rayo, I'm gonna keep it on it. He lost. He got cooked. He got stopped. He looked like, how can I say it? Because I don't want to sound like a jackass and be like, oh man, you garbage or anything like that. Nah, he's not garbage, but that dude Santos, he took that man lunch money last night. He took his lunch money last night, man. Definitely. He took that man lunch money. And I'm like, yo, how you gonna how you gonna sit there and just allow this? Like, dude, dude. Yep. Hold on, my bad, y'all. But yeah, it was bad. And my thing is like this. We were just talking about Ryu versus Frank Martin and shit, man. Like, whoo, that fight can still happen. It can still happen. It can still happen. But I was thinking like that fight was probably gonna be very competitive. But now it's looking like, man, I think Frank Martin will fucking beat this guy up from round 1 to round 10 or round 12 or whatever they want to fight at. Man, but one thing's for sure, I'm, when as soon as Rayo got dropped, I wouldn't even think about Rayo. I was thinking about Benavidez Sr. Because Benavidez Sr., he was the one talking all that cash shit. And I understand you're supposed to be very confident in your fighter's abilities. But he was talking like, man, like this guy, he could not beat Cruz. Then we could talk about Devin Haney and them guys and all that shit. But bro, man, nah. Sometimes like these fighters, they look ahead and they say, okay, yeah, my skills are good. I'm supposed to be at that level. I'm supposed to be. Yeah, you're supposed to be at that level one day, but you got to grind today. You got to understand where you're at right now and the person's in front of you right now. Said Benavidez hopped in that ring real quick after the first knockdown. Was like, oh shit, yeah, yeah. He was looking like, man, oh man, what the fuck just happened to my fighter? Yeah, your fighter just you can't look. This is the second L. What within like the last 2 months from the Benavidez camp. So it's like, yo, is Big David fighting somebody? Is he fighting somebody from the DR soon? Because man, you don't want to put him in there with somebody that's going penetrate that defense. And it looks like, man, you guys got a gang of offense over there in that Benavidez camp. Y'all got a lot of offense in that Benavidez camp, but where is that defense? Where's it at? Because last night it was not there.
Yo,
What's going on, Crod?
how's it going?
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Said welcome back, Art man, Brody. What's up? Said what happened to Rail? Gonna happen to Lee if they keep playing. They need to sacrifice him to Gary Russell. Yeah, that's what they need to do. Stop playing. Like, stop thinking these guys are gonna wash unknown guys. Man, I'm telling you guys, man, shit's getting real out here. But what you think about the fight last night, Crod?
Man, I was just man today was like last night was just absolutely shocking. I was just absolutely like surprised by the level of upsets, but yeah, I think with Ryo, uh I thought Ryo he came into this fight very undisciplined and very uneducated because he thought Edwin De Los Santos he wasn't like this like big, high level threat. But I think he just didn't do his research on him. And like most fighters that take late short notice opponent fights, they don't do the research on that fighter. And I think that's what the Benavides camp did. They thought that Santos he was a good, you know, he was a good inside fighter, but he could also box too. But he never really displayed most of that in all of his fights. Uh, the only time where he really actually like used his boxing per se like was probably against William Foster the third. But William Foster he just like immobilized everything that he was good at and he just made let the fight his fight. So William Foster, he had a perfect style to defeat um like um Santos. So, with this fight, Santos he he knew what was coming to him. He knew Ryo could punch, but I think what I think what Santos took away from it was that Ryo had no defense, so he basically waited for every single opportunity where Ryo left himself wide open to get hard countered, with that left hook that he kept drilling to him, and that's where Ryo's downfall began in that fight, where he was just being very, um, irresponsible with his defense. He kept getting clipped every single time where Santos had the opportunity to hard counter him, and then once it came down to like the knockdowns, that's where Santos, he gained more confidence, in the fight to just
He got confidence because he's like, man, this guy, I can walk through. I can fight this guy. I can fight fire with this guy. This guy has no
yeah,
defense.
yeah, he was dog walking him with that body shot too.
Rayo, the new Josie Vargas. Oh Lord, Josue Vargas. I know.
Man, I can't go that far, but I think he just
Nah, I
needs to
ain't gonna say that just yet. But man,
no.
he should. To be honest, Ryu, he shouldn't have another tune-up. He should go straight either to a fight with De Los Santos Cruz again, or fight Frank Martin.
Well, my take is I think he should go ahead and fight Jezreel Corrales because the reason why is because Corrales, he's a veteran southpaw, so getting those rounds in, with like a guy like him would be, a pretty good fight. And then on top of that, he could start, understanding how to make those like adjustments when somebody makes it harder for him to land his shots, and then he should exercise at the rematch with Santos, because if you leave Santos like alone and then you try to get you try to get that rematch, later down the road, I believe Santos, he'll be better.
Fuck around, get better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's best to get this rematch in as soon as possible because Santos, he's going to get better. So, if you catch him later on in your career, especially when you're getting up there at, at the world title level, I believe Santos will destroy Ryo. But I think Ryo, he should go ahead, get himself like a good, little bounce back fight, and then go after Santos.
But what you think about your man Cruz, Pitbull Cruz? Hold on. Before we go into D High, talk about some rematch off a 3 round stoppage. Dog, because like I said, that nigga went in there and took your lunch money, cuz like, bro, he went in there. He not only did he beat this dude, well, he was on the ground. That last punch, that last punch is the reason why I really feel like he need to do that rematch because he punched dude and when he fell on the ground,
Yeah,
he snuffed him on the ground. I said, "Oh
yeah,
shit,
he
nigga, that's some
embarrassed him.
disrespectful ass shit, nigga.
If
That's
somebody
some
did that to me, like
disrespectful
I
ass
would, I
shit,
would, I
nigga.
would gotta run that shit back. I'm not gonna leave
You
that.
gotta run that back,
Yeah,
cause he took your lunch money, nigga. Like, I'm sorry, bro. He went in there and beat you up, like, Ryo got beat up like after school type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, meet me at the school, and then the dude just whooped your ass, like that type of beat up. Like, yeah, nigga, like you gonna come back to school like that after getting your ass kicked, nigga? You gonna have to see me again. That's how bad of an ass whooping it was, D Hive. Sometimes you just gotta say, fuck it, man. You just gotta say fuck. I'm sorry. That last punch was just too disrespectful. It was just too disrespectful. Am I lying?
yeah, because if
Even the
Ryo,
ref took a point away from it. And they want to talk about Wilder getting a break from the doctors and referees. The break that fucking Ryu got was long as fuck. He should
yeah,
have recovered.
yeah, because I think at this point, he needs to definitely run that shit back because like
Then he got
Santos.
his booty snatched. Chill. But that's funny though. They should make Ryo versus Cruz.
I think Pitbull and Santos should fight each other because if they do that, then let's just say if Santos beats up Cruz, then Pitbull, he should, fight Ryo.
What was funny last night was them saying that Cruz saying that he wants to fight Devin Haney.
Yeah, that was very weird because I thought he said he wanted to fight Javante so he could bring a belt home, knowing that Javante, he's not a champion.
I know.
So it's like,
They don't care. Who cares? The people where he from don't give a fuck if the belt was made out of fucking plastic as long as it's a fucking belt to bring back to his country. They don't care. And
yeah,
that's the thing. But that's the thing. But when it comes to Devin Haney though, fuck the belts. I'm talking about stylistically. Devin Haney versus Cruz is like Mayweather versus motherfucking Juan Marquez type of performance. What I would think would happen.
yeah, I think so. I think Cruz's style would definitely give Devin a very difficult deep waters type of fight, but once Devin figures him out, it's gonna just end up being like like a person with pressure that doesn't have educated footwork. And I think Devin,
Man, I could see motherfucking Cruz getting upset with Haney in the middle of the ring talking about fight me, man. Yeah, nigga, we gonna fight. We fighting right
yeah,
now. I'm
Devin,
popping you with
Devin,
this jab. Now take a couple more.
Devon's going to embarrass him, at the center of the ring, and then when Cruz is not getting the better of those exchanges, he's going to end up fighting dirty, and then Devin he needs to start landing some heavy ass shots on him too to push him back because Cruz, I don't like his style. I think he's a dirty fighter.
You
I
think
don't
so?
like yeah like if you look at the Francisco Vargas fight and you look at the who was that other fighter that Argentinian dude, but basically if you look at those fights, he was like landing like a whole bunch of like low blows, nudging elbows and like into his like opponent's faces. Like he's not like
Yeah,
a
he's
very yeah.
one thing I noticed last night. Jack Reeves is a funny motherfucker. I swear to God, Jack Reeves. He sat there and he knew. Let's be real.
Bro, I felt bad for
Let's
Zerdito,
look,
man. Like
look, look. Jack Reeves. Look, Jack Reeves knew that he knew Cruz was about to fold this guy, so he didn't even break it or even think to interrupt the fight when Cruz pushed the shit out of fucking the dude and then slept him. Usually, when am I lying? Usually, when the ref, no, when you push your opponent, the ref says, "Hey, you can't do that," or tries to break it up and say, "Hey, stop, you can't do that." You can't push your opponent,
yeah.
but it is what it is. But I ain't saying he fucking Tyson Fury in this bitch, you know. But yeah, I get it. I want to see Cruz versus Frank Martin. I just want to see all
Bro,
these lightweights scrap.
Frank Martin will beat the living dog shit out of him. He will crush Cruz so bad, but
Shit, you sure Frank Martin and Cruz won't look like Chavez? What's that dude? Taylor? Chavez Taylor?
oh, Meldrick Taylor.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. Like if Frank Martin does something stupid in that fight where he gets hit really hard by Cruz's left hooks, which I think that that's something
That's
that
possible, yeah.
yeah, that's something that Frank needs to watch out for because Cruz, he has a very killer left hook, and once he hits you with that, he doesn't stop. He actually tries to hurt you. He like he really tries to like throw some like heavy loaded blows to the point where he tries to knock you out. But if he could take that skill set like away from Isaac, then I think Frank, like, he can outbox him. But then if Frank hurts him, he needs to start hurting him to the body because Cruz has like a good chin. I'm not like, I'm not gonna lie, but I think what the only reason why is because he tucks his chin under when he comes in. He doesn't actually leave it wide open. So if I'm Frank, I need to start crushing him to the body because Cruz, he's gonna be shorter than you. So the best way to to actually get space for you to like actually hit him, you actually start working downstairs and then you mix it up upstairs. So I think Frank needs to start taking pages out of that book, and then he might utilize that in the fight to become victorious.
Errol's not Errol, Frank kind of fights like Errol Spence to me. Kind of. Not a lot, but kind of.
Yeah, a little
Like
bit.
he pumps the jab up in your face, like he'll blind you with the jab. Because one thing I noticed, I kind of study that shit too when I hit the bag or whatever. He throws the jab in your face to kind of blind you, and then rips two body shots and come up top, or throw the jab in your face to blind you, and then hit you with like a fucking crazy overhand. He's a good fighter, man. I think it's that Derek James, pad work training or whatever, got that dude fucking solid. He's a shark just like Errol Spence. He stays in the gym. The only problem is I gotta see what his chin's like. I gotta see what his chin like.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm very worried for Frank because I don't think his chin's been tested, and until that time comes, then that's where I'll start to believe in Frank's abilities because he's a great boxer. He has amazing power. He knows what to do in certain situations, but
He's
coming
small, but he's big, if
yeah,
that makes sense.
because Frank even said in previous interviews in the past, he said that he's not like a natural 135 pounder. He's supposed to be like a way bigger fighter, and I believe it
Yeah, he's a
because
small man, though.
yeah.
But he's big, though. He's kind of ripped.
He actually has like the same similar build of this one black fighter. If you want to go check him out, his name's Corey Marksman. He fights at lightweight, but I talked with Corey back in the past when I
Are
went
you
down.
talking about the guy who just signed to Golden Boy?
No. You're talking about Floyd, Kid Austin, Schofield. But
Yeah.
Corey Marksman, he's a fighter out of Florida, and he trains down there. I believe in the Orlando area, but he's a good fighter. Check him out. I personally talk with him. But when you look at
Yeah.
his,
And
um,
you see, my dude Extreme Willpower says the same thing with Boots. He has great skills and power, but we don't know anything about his chin. Future depends on that, and that's why a lot of people be talking shit when I say this. And I know it may sound crazy right now, but I'm like, yo, I really want to see Boots versus Keith Thurman, because not saying that Keith Thurman is going to win, but I know for sure that Keith Thurman got cracked and he's skilled. So let's say the veteran crack him. What's going to happen? What is going to happen? I want to see it. I want to see it. Yeah, there's a high possibility that this young kid can fucking probably beat this guy, this old champion. But I want to see it.
yeah, same here. I think Thurman has a very high chance of knocking out Jaron Ennis if he has that.
Thurman has a better chance of beating Boots than Lipinets did. I'll say that.
Yeah, because Thurman, he's a mover, but he also cracks when he moves. Limpinets, he can't do that. He relies off of planting himself
Lipinets too
right in front
small
of
for
you.
that division, anyways. Physically,
Too strong.
too small.
Oh yeah. Too small for 147.
Yeah, that's why he moved back down.
Yeah, he looks amazing at 140. He could very well upset a lot of fighters. He could upset a lot of guys. But
Shit. Boots will break his entire leg off and keep soft ass. Yeah, we'll see. He said, I seen Alicia wear your shirt on that new Top Rank video. Yeah, hell yeah, man. We gotta do a little segue into that real quick. Um, yeah, I was telling folks that, yeah, while folks was hating on me saying Art Man is this and Art Man's that, you know, y'all was making my name hot, and people went on my page on Twitter and seen that I got some good skill. You know what I'm saying? It's undeniable talent. So, I ended up doing some work with Alicia. She bought some designs for me, man. And today they released that top ranked video of her and Meyer trash talking. And the fight is this week, so shout out to that fight. Um, yeah, she's wearing the merch that I did for her. And I'm like, yo, I actually feel proud that a guy like me came from Twitter or whatever and got my fucking artwork on the big screen. So shout out to that shit.
shit, man, like you're gonna be growing real big, man. Good for you.
I know. The biggest women's card, and I'm a part of it with my art. Yeah, it's lit. Hopefully she wins that fight though. Real shit.
Yeah, I think she's gonna knock out
I
Michelle.
don't. I haven't really seen too much of Meyer. I'm not gonna do any research. I'm just gonna watch the fight. But I'm people saying that she could lose this fight. What do you think?
Uh, I don't see it. I think Michaela is she's too basic of a fighter to like display anything different that Alicia has done. Um, she's only good at just coming forward and trying to plant her feet down to try to go toe to toe with you, but she doesn't have any knockout power. She's only had 5 knockouts out of her entire, resume, and she hasn't really stopped anybody. But as for like Alicia, she has power, and it's shown against Terry Harper. But overall, throughout her entirety of her career, she knows how to carry that power to box. So I think
What
when
what weight class is Baumgartner in?
130, super
Also,
featherweight,
they're 130.
yeah,
Oh yeah, because Baumgartner, she is kind of short. She
yeah,
she had requested a medium shirt. No, she had requested a small shirt, and I was like, "Are you sure you need a small? Because you're kind of big as hell in the arms." So I was thinking like a medium, but she said, "No, she's gonna by the time the fight, training camp or whatever, she's gonna be that size." So, but she still looks big as hell for 130,
yeah. I mean, she
muscle wise.
she can arguably fight at 135, but I think 130 is probably her best weight in my viewpoint. From speculating. her physicality, but I think Alicia,
He said they're
she,
going Crawd hating on top ranked fighters again. That's what
yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever you say, Midwest, you trash ass idiot.
so I think
Yeah,
man wins.
top rank fighters are so great. Once they get tested by somebody that's a killer. But
One thing's for sure is Baumgartner do got power, but one thing I noticed from her videos, watching her fight, is that she keeps her head down in the line, like you know what I'm saying, down right down on the center. I don't feel like she has the best defense,
yeah,
and I've been hearing that this Meyer chick has, she's very active. You know what I'm saying? There can be such. I'm sure. What's her name? Baumgartner. Does she have Wilder type of knockout power?
no, she doesn't. It's more like volume punching power at best. She mostly just waits for like a good shot to clip you. So like I would probably level it next to like Gary Russell type of power. It's very respectable, and she's not really there to try to go for like a knockout. She's really there to box before she knocks you out. But for Michaela, she really doesn't have that much power, in her shots. Like either even in her toughest fights, against Riesli, against Maiva Hamadouche, in which Hamadouche, she's more of like a bona fide volume power puncher, but Hamadouche, she wasn't really like positioning her shots, accurately to hurt Michaela. But when Michaela did get hurt, she didn't really have like the proper defense to really like take that power like away from getting hit. So, I mean, she like she's very hittable to get hyper stunned, in a potential exchange. So
I don't know. It's gonna be. What you think about Shields versus Marshall?
I got Clarissa all day. I
Me
think
too.
Clarissa's, yeah,
My UK guy wants to fucking bet. Uh,
very
he my UK guy wants to bet. The bet is if Shields win, um, I will send him on a American flag, and if Marshall wins, he sends me a
UK
UK
flag.
flag.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Right.
Nah, but I just hope I just hope Clarissa doesn't get cheated, because I really do think knowing that this fight is in the UK and anything could happen. Uh,
That's one thing that's on my mind for sure is the
yeah,
UK, and I heard that Marshall was a part of the the guy, the big man.
Daniel Canahan.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's a part of that, and she has a wide connection with the Furies. So we already know what she's a part of.
exactly.
I just don't like how this fight is in the UK, and honestly, like Clarissa, she should have negotiated the fight to be somewhere else other than like the UK. I would like I would probably have it in another country like France or Spain or something. I
Don't want to see that shit in fucking Saudi.
No,
Shit
but
should
it's
be right.
like,
Should be right here
yeah.
in the
Or
states.
actually, the fight. I would rather see the fight in Canada than see it in the UK, because at least like she could have it there, and then there would be like a even level playing field of like no potential corruption. Like personally, I would rather have had Clarissa choose a neutral location other than anywhere in the UK, because Savannah has connections in the UK where there could be a potential form of corruption where she could use any advantages to give her the upper edge, for the fight. So
My dude, Extreme Willpower said Marshall couldn't go to New York for the press conference a few months back. She's on that list.
yeah,
Uh,
she's on the no fly zone list.
you know what's so crazy? This shit is like an open secret in boxing. And
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like it literally went from a point where boxing fans used to be like, "Oh, you're crazy if you think that Tyson Fury is involved in type of criminal activity with these guys or whatever. You're crazy. You're crazy to like, eh, it's not just Tyson Fury. It's a lot of boxers. Josh Taylor, Marshall,
Josh Kelly.
Josh Kelly. What's her name? No, what's that dude who used to try to train with Devin Haney?
Oh, you're talking about Ben Davidson.
Ben Davison. Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Boxing is just a crazy sport, you know.
I just find
Yeah.
it weird that Shaquille O'Neal actually hung out with Tyson Fury, which is really weird. It just didn't make any sense to me.
Shit, why do you expect that? Motherfucker's just weird. I don't know. Um, Saunders, yeah.
Don't you find it funny that Tyson Fury has to mention Deontay Wilder's name every time when he makes like a weird social media video?
Yeah, man. You know, it's crazy because these fans, they know they want to see Wilder fight. They love Wilder. Tay Jones said it last night. He said all the guys that was talking shit about Wilder during the whole saga or whatever, they're jumping over people to take pictures with him yesterday.
Yeah, all the Mexicans. That was funny.
Yeah, the Mexican fans. I ain't gonna lie, some of the Mexican fans be racist as fuck.
I'm pretty sure some of those Mexicans are diehard Wilder fans. Like you never know.
Yeah, they be diehard Wilder fans, but then some of them really be liking Fury, even though they know Fury cheated. They're just like, fuck it.
Yeah, yeah,
They don't
like
care if you got to cheat to win.
yeah, fuck them. They're dickheads, and they
Not
deserve
all of them, but
that.
a lot of the racist ones for sure.
Yeah, they're
Um,
all dipshits. They're all good for nothing faggots.
man. Anyways, what you think about Ortiz versus Ruiz? That performance.
That was a good ass fight, man. I wish I was actually there for that fight, but nah, man. Salute to Luis Ortiz. He fought his heart out, man. But like, let that be Luis Ortiz like 5 years ago that fought Deontay Wilder. I think he would have easily destroyed Andy Ruiz, but I
And
think
you know what's so crazy? When you say that, there's nobody that's gonna really argue that you're wrong.
that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine if Luis Ortiz fought Andy Ruiz that same time frame when he beat AJ, he would have been unified, and he probably would have fought Deontay Wilder in that same current year back in 2018. So it's like, to me, I look at Luis Ortiz, as a world champion. I think he deserves that, uncrowned status because, he showed it. He showed that he's not going to give up. He shows that he has all the tools in the making to be, a notable name in the heavyweight division. And despite losing to Deontay Wilder, which I would consider that the only defeat on that resume, because I do believe, between him and Andy Ruiz, due to that weird judging that was being scored, I thought Luis Ortiz, arguably beat him. I didn't
Arguably, be who?
Andy.
Nah, I'm not gonna say that
Really?
because those
Yeah, but I'm saying
knockdowns,
like
they meant a lot. He knocked him down 4 times.
no, 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 he knocked him down 3 times.
Oh, 3 times.
But
I
that
meant,
second knockdown wasn't even like an actual knockdown.
yeah, that wasn't a knockdown. That's
Yeah,
true.
the first,
So he
the
knocked him
first
down
and
three
third,
times.
yeah, the first and third knockdown in those rounds definitely counted. But like, I thought Luis Ortiz did enough to actually pitch off like a 7-5 victory over Andy. But
My thing is, it's like this. I don't know what y'all seen last night, but this is what I seen. I seen a game Ortiz or a game Ruiz going there trying to counter old man Ortiz, and he felt that power in the second round, and he got on his bike and just waited for the right moment to catch him. He wasn't trying to go in there and trade with him because he felt that power. He respected Ortiz's power.
yeah,
He got a chin though. That picture where he hit him with that crazy ass right hand. Oh my god, that shit could have slept his ass.
Andy could have been stopped. Like
That shit could have
seriously,
slept his ass. He ate that shit. But that lets me know, yo, he gets caught by Wilder, man.
it's over.
It's over.
Deontay
Because yeah,
Wilder,
you can eat that Ortiz shot, but look how that had you on your bike,
yeah, he can't do that against Wilder. Wilder's just gonna smell blood, and he's gonna break him.
and that's what we wanted to get into tonight, or right now. Wilder versus Ruiz, man. How you think that shit plays out?
First round knockout, Deontay Wilder.
First round,
Yeah, easy
really?
fight. Deontay Wilder would beat the living dude. He'll send he'll literally send Andy Ruiz to the nether realm and basically send him there forever. Like, that'll be like a Mortal Kombat fatality session. It's not even a, it's not even like a fair fight because Deontay Wilder literally has like what, like a 7 to 8 inch height and reach advantage, right? So it's like, think about that. You're like, I think like what, Andy's like 6'1", 6'2", or something.
I think he's
Like,
like 6'3". Because Ortiz looked hell compared to Ruiz in that fight.
yeah, Ortiz came in bigger and he was jabbing, Ruiz like deadly, like with those
You
shots,
you know how I see that shit playing out? I literally see that shit playing out like Wilder versus Ortiz 2, just the seventh round. That's how the fight would play out.
But it's like
It'll
Andy
play out just
can't,
like the seventh round. Like, yeah, the people think, oh yeah, Ruiz is Wilder up, and the next thing you know, Wilder just lines him up and just fucking sleeps his ass.
bro. Andy wouldn't be able to outbox Wilder because you would have to force Wilder to his back foot. But if Wilder's killing you with that jab, that's going to keep you far away from him. It's just basically over. His only chances of actually making that fight competitive is that you would have to kill Wilder to the body, which is the recipe for disaster because all Wilder has to do is just step back, uppercut, with his right, and then once Andy gets clipped with that, it's just game over. Because it's like I can easily see it go two ways. Andy's gonna swing for the fences, and he's gonna get hit with like a right hand quick, early, and he'll very well get stopped early, or it's just gonna go late game, and then Walter's just gonna basically crush him, with like a right hand. Because it's like Andy, he's a sucker for the right, and he's always a sucker, for for
He's a
a
sucker for right hands.
yeah. Andy,
AJ hit Ruiz with a right hand in the first fight. Me in the second fight, in like the first round, and that shit had his ass leaking.
oh yeah, Deontay Wilder is gonna tear Andy's face up. The way Andy looks like right now against Luis Ortiz, I actually thought Andy
He's
was.
not even look. Go look at the fight total for how many punches landed. Motherfucker only threw like what, like 200 punches?
Yeah.
Literally. He not throwing enough punches no more.
Nope.
I
And
think it's
then
because of that weight, and I feel like he put that weight back on for his punch resistance. Because he noticed when he fought Areola while he was lighter, yeah, he was fast, but you couldn't take a punch. You're fucking falling all over the place.
I don't think he's a natural heavyweight. That's the thing though. He's not. You could easily tell like all that extra fat doesn't really save you. But it's like, in the heavyweight division, all it takes is one shot, but size doesn't matter. It's like if Deontay Wilder comes in at 205 pounds and he's still sleeping dudes that are like 250 pounds and above, that easily shows that a guy like Andy Ruiz that took Luis Ortiz's best shots well, but he easily was very hesitant coming in. It's just
Look, he took. People say, yeah, he took the shot well. Yeah, he didn't go down, but after getting hit, he knew like, yo,
he can't do it
I'm not gonna risk an exchange like that again. He got on his bike, and that's why niggas was booing. People were booing. Let's be real. Y'all heard those boos in the crowd.
because if Andy was so hyper confident, he would have just dog walked, Luis Ortiz and would have got him out of there. But he didn't do that because he knew that Luis Ortiz had deadly punching power. Like you're not going to go in there with somebody that's going to kill you, with, straight jabs all night. And then on top of that, when he gets you with those hard counters, it's not going to be easy. Like I don't think most people understand, like, in an actual boxing fight, when you get hurt by like a deadly power puncher, your body doesn't react like the same way when you keep getting hit. Like every punch is like it's like a regression on your life, but you don't understand how much of the impact really affects you because
Because your
going into
body, you already know you don't want to get punched like that again.
yeah, yeah, it's like it's very life trauma, affecting shots. So I don't
Imagine Wilder versus that Ortiz.
what in the first fight, second
No,
fight.
no. Imagine Wilder today versus Ortiz today. If they were to fight last night,
I think Wilder would have stopped him.
Wilder probably would have stopped him in like the first round
Yeah,
because old man, is clearly not who he used to be.
if that
And
was
and
Ortiz,
Ruiz went all 12 with this guy. Ruiz
yeah,
going all 12 with guys that Wilder knocked out.
yeah, Ruiz didn't look like he didn't look that good. He looked very dog shit. He looked terrible. But you got all them weird ass Mexican dick riding fans saying, "Oh yeah, Ruiz is gonna go out there and beat everybody, man." No, he's not.
You know, it's so funny. They're gonna get their boy fucked up.
Yeah, they're gonna get him killed.
They are because you know why? Because this motherfucker, Andy Ruiz, this nigga Andy Ruiz is like what, 6'2"?
Yeah,
Wilder's reach, he's a sucker for 1-2.
that's why they said that the fight's not gonna, go the full distance. Wilder's
I
gonna
can
knock him
see,
out
I
in
can
one
see,
round.
I can see Ruiz going out like Burmese to Vern.
Yeah, Wilder's gonna, he's gonna pump fake, crossover, 1-2 jab.
And then y'all gotta honestly think about it. Let's say Wilder's punch resistance is still the same or whatever. Wilder's cut a lot of weight. So we already know when Wilder cuts a lot of weight, he's a lot faster. So you're gonna have an athletic Wilder with a longer reach with this fat ass person right in front of you. He's gonna land. He's gonna land. Ruiz doesn't have no Canelo fucking type of head movement where he can slip 1,000 punches type shit. You know what I mean? Or sweet pea or whatever. He's not slipping those punches. I feel like Ruiz is gonna try to put his high guard up with Wilder, and Wilder's gonna punch through that guard and sleep him like Bermace Tavern.
Yep, it ain't gonna end well.
Said
But I
Wilder
just,
gonna stop him, but he got to move and jab.
I just want to see Wilder fight Andy if he's successful against Robert Helenius because that is a difficult fight. But if that's what the WBC is
Yeah,
probably,
let's break that down. Robert versus Helenius. What y'all think of Wilder versus Helenius? What y'all think about that?
man, I think Robert Helenius is going to give Wilder his toughest fight once again.
You
But
think so?
yeah, but I don't think it's going to end like I don't think it's going to end on Robert giving Wilder like a really tough fight where he's winning. I think Robert's going to get clipped really bad, and then he's going to try to recover, but then Wilder's going to find that right opportunity to just smash him, early to mid game. I don't see this fight going past 4 rounds. I think Wilder's going to stop him pretty early. But Robert,
Helenius. One thing about him is that he what you call it again? He fights like a big man too. He knows how to fight tall.
yep,
Matter of fact, let me pull up some film on him real quick while I'm over here just chilling.
yeah, he was
Robert.
beating the crap out of Kaunaki, just
Yeah,
fighting
he beat the
tall.
shit out of Kalnaki. That shit was funny. I remember watching both of those fights.
I think if he does that against Wilder, he gets stopped because he knows that
He said he got my dude Alfred said I got Wilder by KO with a left hook. Yeah, and that's the thing. Y'all see Wilder training on other stuff. It's not just the right hand anymore. And look, I feel like Wilder's literally been fighting a 7 foot giant coke ogre. It's different when you're fighting that type of guy and fighting a guy like Helenius and Ortiz. Not Ortiz, motherfucking Ruiz.
Yeah.
Everybody's not going to get the luxury of getting knocked down and getting up after 15 seconds. That's what I keep on telling folks. Like, yo, y'all said, oh, well, Wilder lost to Fury. Look what Fury did to Wilder, this, and that. I'm like, dude, you guys are acting like Ruiz, like his ass is going to grow fucking 6 more inches and fucking take peds and all that shit and get the same benefits of long counts and shit. I don't know, man. I feel like everybody's just sleeping on this guy Wilder. Did you see what's his name's post? Rick Glacier's?
No, like what did he say? I don't,
Oh
follow.
yeah, you're not on Twitter.
No.
Rick Glacier says something funny, but he said he says it just to get people pissed off. I didn't bite the bait. All I did was just post my link on there because it's funny.
Yeah, like I heard that BFTV, he was debating him. He was just basically
No, okay.
embarrassing him and shit.
He says he said for those that think I'm negative about PPC's pay per view, if Wilder beats, hold on, what the fuck he said?
Yeah, I know BFTV said something about it. He
Okay, he basically said Wilder is a shot fighter.
Yeah, Rick Blazer, he's a fucking idiot.
He said, I hope Wilder don't get caught trying some new shit. Hey, nigga, that's a part of the game. You gotta learn some shit, D-High. Shit happens.
I think Deontay Wilder, he's gonna look way more dangerous coming into this fight because it's like he already spent like a year off, so it's like all that time to recover and learn more new things. That benefits him. So
Yeah, he had a lot of time to recover. He haven't fought since like what, last year.
yeah, October.
Yeah, it's been a year since he fought. That's crazy. Wilder did find like he hasn't been as active as he used to be.
Yeah, because there was rumors that Wilder was supposed to come back in like early spring, right? So
Yeah, like I tell people the story, man, and it's not to try to disparage my brother Wilder or anything like that, or to seem fake or phony like that. But I seen Wilder in a situation where didn't I tell you after the fight, the Wilder versus Fury 3 fight, I went to I seen Wilder and what's his name and Malik Scott.
wow, you actually saw him?
Yeah, but it was not like a situation where it's like, oh, I'm meeting them and I'm saying, hey, what's up? It was a situation where I was leaving the fight and in the back of the fight, I mean, in the back of the venue, there's an EMT or whatever truck, ambulance truck or whatever,
Yeah,
and Wilder and Malik Scott was inside of it, and I seen Wilder on the fucking gurney, and I was like, yo, shit, man, this boxing game is not no fucking joke, man. Seriously, I swear to God, right here to God, I seen it, and I was the only person in the back. I was Shelly Finkel, it was Wilder, Malik Scott in the EMT truck, and I was walking back to my hotel. I seen it. I was like, yo, that fight sure did take a lot out of Wilder.
yeah,
So
it really did.
let's see what he got, man.
I just wish Wilder just got rid of Shelly Finkel because I don't trust him. I think he's a crook. So
Man, I don't trust none of them dudes around Wilder, to be honest. When it comes to the financial and uh, putting him in certain positions to box,
yeah,
because people be like PBC fanboy, PBC fanboy, whatever. That shit that happened to Wilder happened on PBC's watch. So what the fuck?
yeah,
Like, seriously, you motherfuckers know that Wilder was cheated. They know it. They know it. But it's like, man, fuck it. As long as he's still alive and he's able to make us money and he's not going insane and he's not dead, because of the situation, they can just push forward.
yeah. But I think the more Wilder keeps speaking up against him, it clearly makes their branding look a lot worse. So I think Walter should probably stop doing business, without the PBC and just basically, run himself, independent. Because if he could do that and gain his fan base, to support it, then I think Walter you
He's
know,
good, man. Wilder's good, man. He already made his money off this situation, this game. Like he said last night, he only got 3 more years left. After that, he's done.
oh wow,
To be honest, I'm really looking at Wilder like he's at the end of his game. To be honest,
yeah, I really wish Walter started early, started his career, earlier because like it just makes me feel like everything that we've seen from his development, he came into the sport like extremely late. So I mean, granted, he only came in at 23, but Deontay Wilder, if he still wants to continue his, legacy for like a final run, then I'm all for it. Originally, like I was never, keen on him coming back, but knowing that Wilder, he has a warrior mindset and he doesn't, let like a loss, hold him down like that. Knowing that, I don't see him, as like a loser. I see him as like a warrior, but I think it's, like it's a good sign that Wilder he wants to end his career with like a one final bang, and I'm down for it.
yeah, I don't see Wilder go out like Mike Tyson and Holyfield and Ali.
No,
I don't.
don't want to go out being knocked out or being
Yeah, let's be
being done
real.
dirty.
Let's be. Come on, y'all. Let's be fucking real here. You know how everybody likes to say, "Oh, Wilder's not like Mike Tyson and Ali and this and that." Man, those dudes at the end of this point of the career, they're the age that Wilder's at. Those guys was losing to fucking no name white bums.
Yeah,
Let's be fucking real.
Joe Lewis got knocked out, in his last fight. Never came.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like, so we got a man Wilder. He's in a situation where he got all his means. He got his money. You know what I'm saying? Let's just pray for our brother to do his best and end on a fucking
Yeah,
high note.
I would say Deontay Wilder and Jack Johnson are the realest athletes when it comes to, you know,
Think
them.
y'all heard about Helenas? Yeah, I seen Helena's last 2 fights live.
Oh wait,
It,
where?
not live like I seen it in person, but like I seen it live on television. Like I watched it live because
Oh
it was
yeah,
on undercards of certain fights I was watching.
yeah,
Woo. See, Helenas, he got that long ass reach too.
yeah. I think it's gonna be an interesting chess match. So,
Yeah, me too. I think it's gonna be a real good fight. To be honest, I think Wilder's gonna sleep his ass though.
bro, look at this comment of fucking Midwest. He said, "I hope you don't get swept by Helene, so you could go into there and get sparked out by AJ." Yo, you a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
really
know.
think
Hey,
AJ gonna?
I think AJ is gonna fight Fury.
AJ will very well fight Fury first before fighting Wilder. He'll never get in the ring with Wilder.
Hey, people will still watch AJ versus Fury. That's still a big fight in the UK. It definitely is.
Yeah, for less money.
Nah, it's still gonna make a lot of money.
No, I don't. I don't think so.
It definitely will.
UK money's not as big as American money. Like
You talking about
Like
America money? Who's making America money these days? Not Fury.
yeah, because he doesn't sell. So like UK fans can't use that same argument to say, oh well, if we made great pay per view numbers here, that means that we're doing better than like American pay per view numbers. Nah, if you can sell, you got to sell globally. Like you can't use that argument to say like your viewership over there, converts way better, over here, because that's like saying like, like what Naoya Inoue, he's making all that money in Japan, but in all honest reality, when you measure like the economic scaling between the U.S. viewership versus Japanese viewership, I'm pretty sure Inoue doesn't make half of the amount of money that most notable like American fighters make over here.
Damn, I'm over here watching the Hellenius versus the Adam Kanauki. Man, he fucked his ass up. Ooh,
I liked the Robert Helenius versus oh wait, did he ever fight Charles Martin? I don't think he did.
he fought somebody before Adam Kanauki.
I know that he got slapped by Gerald Washington. Gerald Washington beat the crap out of him.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Watching Hellenius beat up fucking Adam Kanauki in front of all these fucking Polish people is fucking hilarious, y'all. Because these motherfuckers they're thick to see their guy win. Woo, shit.
Yeah, Helenius got stopped by Johan de Wahabas and then Gerald Washington. And then he lost to Dillian White. That was funny. Yeah, I think this is going to be a very it's going to be a very, you know, tough fight for Wilder early, but once Wilder figures him out, it's game over. Also, Helenius, he's a sucker for the right hand too. So I don't see this new improved version of him giving Wilder, any problems. I think it's going to be more of like a stamina issue because his stamina doesn't really keep up.
Who?
Robert Helenius.
That's true. I haven't really seen too much of him, but you've seen a lot of them.
Yeah, like I followed his career previously in the past. He really wasn't aired on the on the big stage until he fought like a guy like Gerald Washington, and then he came back to fight Adam Kaunaki. So his heavyweight progression really wasn't that good per se. Like he had his moments in some good fights, but most of his opposition was mainly in Finland and other parts of Europe where he fought certain opposition that didn't really make him any better. I mean, he fought Samuel Peter, way past his prime. Obviously, he beat Derek Chisora, but that was a controversial fight. And then, the rest is just like a bunch of Eurobum opposition that no one's ever heard of. And then
One
you get
thing I'm watching from the Selenius fight, he does know how to do the same shit that's Wilder know how to do. Basically, when it comes to like, I wouldn't say just as good, but he knows how to put that pump that left hand out, and then so he can shoot that right.
yeah,
Woo.
but it's like if he can't keep his defense up sharp against Wilder, then Deontay Wilder is going to find the right opportunity to drill that right or land that left. But I think Deontay Wilder, he's gonna break him to the body. I could easily see that because
Yeah.
Hellenius he's very weak to the body. I could easily see that ending up being like a massive obliteration because Wilder, if he works more to the body rather than just trying to headhunt, because I know Wilder, he's very trigger happy trying to land those, heavy loaded shots. But if Wilder could focus those shots more to the body and then catch Hellenius when he's coming down, game over. He's not getting back up. He's not going to take Wilder's shots. Once you get like a fighter's hands down after after you work that body, it's literally game over. You can't get back up from those shots.
Said Ali and home sparring partners. Wilder needs to take this seriously. I think he is taking it seriously.
I think Deontay Wilder looks extremely dangerous, in this new improved version at least. But we'll see on fight night. But I don't see like why people think like this is like a walk and let the park because it's not. Because it's
Shit,
not like an easy fight.
Robert Helenius coming off the same layoff as Wilder.
Yeah, I don't know why he took like a whole year off. He should have continued staying active. Otherwise, if he was waiting for the WBA to like give him his title shot, because I know he
So that's what I want to understand. So is he AJ's mandatory or am I tripping?
Uh, no, I don't think so. Because looking at the WBA rankings right now, um, he's ranked number two. I know that,
And
but
Joe Joyce versus Parker would be for number
I know
one,
that's
right?
a title eliminator between Joyce and Parker. Michael Hunter, he's number one. What? That's so stupid. Oh, Hive said no. It's Dubois for the WBA. Yeah, because that's going to be the problem. Because if either Hunter or Hellenius, if they get a shot to go after Daniel Dubois, maybe that would mean that whoever beats Dubois, they could petition to fight Usyk. So yeah, I don't know. That's very confusing because Martin Bacoli he's number four and Huey Fury's number three, and Anthony Joshua he's number five, and then Arsa Lamblek Makhmudov is six, and Lenier Pero is number seven. Trevor Bryan's number eight, and then the rest is just a bunch of no names. Oh, Jarrell Miller, he's number 14. Man, that's funny. They
Shit.
think he didn't look that bad in his last fight. How'd you think about Jared Anderson's performance?
Um, he's he's doing his thing. Damn, I don't even remember his performance to be honest.
Well, he stopped his opponent in 2 rounds, so
Oh yeah, he did, huh?
yeah,
Yeah, that's probably why I don't remember because it was so fast. Yeah,
yeah,
he does his thing, man. But I want to see Wilder. No, I want to see Sanchez versus Jared Anderson.
yeah.
That's what I want to see.
I think that's the next best fight to make. Frank Sanchez is going up against that Puerto Rican fighter named Carlos Negron. So maybe him and Jared Anderson should be next after. He's number four in the WBC right now.
Yeah, Wilder's looking good while he's training, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's looking really, real good.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. If Wilder versus Fury 3 would have been called off right after Wilder knocked him out, like how it's supposed to be called off, that would have been a great comeback still.
Yeah,
Because that was still a good performance. It's just that he gassed out after being hurt and having all that fucking pressure on you.
yeah. I wish Wilder came in lighter in that fight. He would have stopped Fury.
The reason why I believe he came back heavy is because Fury was coming in heavy, and he assumed that Fury's going to lean on him and hold him and choke hold him like he did in the second fight.
Yeah,
He still did a little bit of that in the third fight.
yeah. But if Wilder had that athleticism behind him, he would have. All he could have, well, all he would be able to do is just slip away from that and then just keep that jab in front of Fury. He was killing Fury, with that jab. He just didn't apply it enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see all these great skills that Fury has. It's it clearly shows that if he can't outbox you, he's just gonna fight dirty and try to make himself look better by just throwing dirty shots at you. And he's a dog shit fighter.
Wilder said he got 3 more years in this game.
Yeah, I like to see Wilder versus Andy Ruiz, and then who knows? Maybe let the winner of that probably gets out the heavyweight title shot. But
Look at this.
because I think that's what the WBC is doing right now. They're gonna set that up between Wilder and Andy Ruiz, and the winner just goes after Fury. Yeah,
Fuck the WBC.
Man, if Wilder Fury 4 happens, man, I got, I hope Deontay Wilder beats his ass. They need Hellenius, Ruiz, Usyk. That's actually a very good, lineup matchup. I'm just hoping Wilder, if he could get mandated to fight Usyk, and then if Usyk says no, then we already know, who's like the king of the heavyweight division. Did you also hear that weird rumor saying that Fury and Usyk is already set for February for undisputed?
Yeah, just like Joshua versus Fury was set for undisputed for
Yeah,
$500 million.
yeah, that's some fucking bullshit, man. Fuck Top Rank Midwest. Top Rank fights are boring. I've been to two Top Rank fights, and those two Top Rank fights looked like they were staged. Top Rank fights are fun, seeing like the young talent, but seeing like the hyped up talent, it clearly shows that they got some manipulation behind those fights. Yeah, the undercard's pretty lit for Wilder and Hellenius. Can't wait to see Kayla Plan and Anthony Durrell.
Before I go, Cry, do you want to make a bet 25 on Meyer before Baumgartner says Midwest?
No, like I'll pass.
He said who all on the undercard? I know it's Wilder versus Hellenius, and it's Caleb Plant versus
Don't forget Subriel Matias.
who he fight?
He fight in Ponce for the IBF title. Yeah.
What?
Yes, sir. Did you hear that Josh Taylor vacated?
What? We about to have a new 140 champion?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's
Yes, sir.
who's he fighting Ponce? Ponce who?
Yeah, Jeremiah's Ponce.
I don't even know who the hell that is.
Yeah, he's not that good. I don't think so. But he has decent punching power, but his defense is just non-existent.
And that's for the IBF.
Yep, IBF crown. Oh, Frank Sanchez is on the card. I forgot to say that he's on the Wilder card. Oh, also, for all you Gary Russell fans, Emmanuel Rodriguez is facing up against Gary Antonio Russell in a rematch. So that's going to be lit. I can't wait for that fight.
When?
On the Wilder Hellenius card.
Oh, damn. New York is going to be stacked then.
I really want to go to this fight, but the ticket prices were mad expensive.
How much?
$200 to $300.
Yeah, told you Wilder's an attraction. People don't like to say it.
Yep.
You know how much I pay for some nosebleeds to
How
Wilder?
much?
$600.
$600?
I paid $600.
You paid $600 to go sit up inside the nosebleeds?
But thank God I didn't sit up in a nosebleed. This fucking lady gave me her fucking ticket to like the Jack Daniels suite at the T-Mobile. So I was like dead in the fucking dead middle of the fucking crowd watching that fight.
Wait, the Jack Daniels suite, like, what's that?
I guess it was some type of like nice bar suite that they had inside the
Oh,
T-Mobile Arena.
nice. Yo, I wish I got invited to like, man, I wish I had like a ticket like that to get like VIP access or something, or sit up inside like a premium level room. Like that would be so dope, man.
Man, I was lit. And look, I had my smoke on me too. You know, in Vegas, you could that's just legal out there. So I
Yep.
went to the dispensary. You know me. You know what I'm saying. I had me a couple things. I'm smoking some good on the at the fight, right in front of some British T fans. It was lit, man. And one thing I know for sure is that motherfucking that count was long as shit.
Tyson Fury lost that fight.
That shit was long as hell, and everybody knows it. Even Tyson Fury fans know it. They try to say, "Oh, well, Wilder should have went to the right corner and all that shit." Man, fuck all that.
Nah, fuck
Baby.
that. The timekeeper was supposed to do their job, and arguably Fury he lost. Same thing in the third. Same thing in the first fight when Deontay. Like I literally counted. Well, I literally compared the same long count from the third fight to the first fight, and it was literally the same amount of time that the referee basically cheated for Fury to basically get back up. They gave him like a 14 to 15 second count. It
Yeah, I know because he went down at the 16-second mark, and
yeah.
then got up at the end of the round.
Fury cannot take Deontay Wilder's power. It clearly shows that Deontay Wilder arguably beats Tyson Fury when he kills him, with like a right hand. But supposedly, when the Fury fans say, "Oh no, Deontay Wilder, his shots are easily taken by Fury. He can just dog walk him the entire fight." Okay, well, like if that's true, why isn't Fury trying to be more confident, mixing it up with like with his like opponents that could punch? Like, I mean, like out of all the fights that he's been in, he does not have that mentality to just mix it up with everybody. If you look at the John McDermott fight, he got bludgeoned by those inside punches that John McDermott was landing on him. And then same thing in the Steve Cunningham fight. Cunningham, who was a smaller guy that fought Fury, he dropped his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like Tyson Fury does not have all this great punch resistance that people say. It's like honestly, Fury has to cheat.
Literally have to cheat to win.
Yeah. But it's like, let's just say if he didn't cheat against Walter and Klitschko, and he arguably beat them, then you wouldn't see me and many other people hate on Fury. I would actually praise him. I'd be like, okay, respect to Fury. He's the better man.
So you
And
know what's funny though? Years later, I showed the clip of Fury floppy glove against Wilder in the first fight,
yep.
and everybody just admits like, yeah, that's some weird shit. I had never seen that shit. Now it's so crazy because back then these people were willing to die about saying that shit was normal. Now it's
Yeah, they
just like,
even
ah, yeah, that's just wild.
people try to use on that stupid argument against guys like Devin Haney, where in some of his fights, his glove looked like that they flapped like around, but it's like Devin's glove is not flapping, it's not dropping in a 90-degree angle. You can't like,
Backwards.
yeah, like that's physically impossible. You cannot throw a left hook where your glove is dropping in a 90-degree angle without turning it in, because that means that you're basically throwing a weak punch where your hand is basically cranked back, and then when you try to hook it, you're gonna break your fucking hand. You can't do that, in a real fight. You have to hook it in. That's what all boxing coaches say. When you throw a hook, you're supposed to hook it in. But when your glove does that, that clearly shows that you're manipulating the glove to put your fist in the midsection of that glove. And then when you throw that punch, you're basically, landing the punch, on a bare knuckle. That's not the only scientific way you could actually do that. Otherwise, you're going to break your hand. Why didn't Fury break his hand? You know?
Because of gypsy magic.
Yeah, gypsy magic. Some bullshit ass fucking, you know, gypsy shit. Gypsies aren't even like a real people. It's not, it's just like a classified, classified group of people.
Your boy, but shit, I'm about to get up out of here. Uh, What fight is coming up this week? Oh yeah, Baumgartner versus Shields. That's
Yep,
gonna be a great fucking fight.
I can't wait.
Hell yeah.
Even if Michaela beats, Baumgartner, like I'll give her credit. It's just that I just don't see her to be like the greatest fighter. She'll be great for her division, but we'll wait and see. But I hope Baumgartner knocks her out.
Yeah. But shit. I'm gonna hit you guys up. Y'all stay safe out here. Artmanapparel.com for the
Yes,
merch.
sir.
Let's go.
I'll see you later.